Hey everybody, hello, welcome back to Musings by Nikki. This is Nikki, back today with another journal. It's been a little bit since I published one, and I've had this one done for a while, but things have just been busy in my life lately. So I'm actually going to film two today. I have a custom journal that I worked on, and then this music one. And I know I say this on every video, but I swear to you that I think this is my favorite journal I've ever made. My family is a very musical family. My husband is a jazz musician. Our girls both play instruments. And I'm the music worship leader at our church, so music fills our home. So this is like a book that speaks to us. And my 14-year-old daughter, Lizzie, is very angry that I'm about to sell this, but maybe she'll have to get something special for her birthday like this. Who knows? Anyway, let's take a look. So this is a big journal, and it is very full, and you're gonna see there's like almost stuff on every page. It's just, it's very black and white, kind of not white actually, more of a cream, very vintage look to this one. It has a tassel that just clips on and off to these jump rings here. And in the tassel, there are some little music instruments. There's a cello and a French horn and a music stand and a little music note charm here. And then a couple of music notes and some music fabric and cute tassel. And then it just has this really cool fabric that I found on Etsy from another seller, and it looks like old handwritten music. It's a banded spine that's curved, and then on front it just has some lace with some cool fiber from my aunt. And then some old vintage music on here, and a quote from Maria Von Trapp, from the Von Trapp family, from The Sound of Music. And it says, "Music acts like a magic key to which the most tightly closed heart opens." And I could not agree more. I think music is a very powerful medium. So let us take a look at this thing. Sorry, just making sure I'm still in frame. It closes with kind of elastic, so it's got a little hitch post here, and then it closes with an elastic lace on the little guy on the side here. So there is some room for expansion, although I don't know how much more you could fit in this thing, because like I said, it's packed. But it's music, and we all know I can't stop myself. So let's take a look. Right inside the front, we have a pocket, and there's a bunch of this old vintage music all the way through this thing, vintage sheet music. And then little notes card. I think, you know, notes, play on notes, music notes, huh? And some pretty paper here. We got a pocket with another notes card, and random, another notes card. Oh, if you hear that, there's wind coming through my window, so that's like stuff blowing off the shelf, I think. And then there are some old ephemera that's stuck in here, are old advertisements from different types of music. So this is an advertisement for an RCA 45 record player, and they're just journaling cards that you can write on. And then on the back side of that is another pocket, and it has woven paper, kind of like the quilted cards that I do, only this one is woven, and then it's backed with some journaling paper there. This is some old, this is ephemera, but this is an old brass line. Lots of tabs as well, so these are some cool ribbon. It's really tactile. And then old score sheets, so tea-dyed, coffee-stained score sheets as well. This tab is a violin, and then an electric guitar on that side. Here's some more sheet music. In this one, up in the top, oh, and then there's also several of these throughout, but these are teaching from an old music book, teaching pieces that are talking about the key signatures and time signatures. So this is order of sharps and flats, and then I've sewn it onto some old score paper. Here is some music cloth that is sewn around onto a journaling card. And then an advertisement for a player piano and just a journaling card with music on it. A little collaging down here. Here is a pocket with some music paper ribbon. And inside it says the story of music. And then there's a little pocket here with a tag that has music and a piece of music ephemera inside of a tracing paper pocket. And then over here there's a piece of music ephemera and then some pages to write on. And that tucks back in there. And then we have a couple different pockets here. So here is one of the quilted like journaling cards that I make. And that's inside this big envelope. And then there's a glassine envelope that has another old advertisement for a phonograph. And then here is a little piece of ephemera, the patent on a banjo. And a little tiny tag in this tiny little pocket down here that has some music on it. And there's a pretty little rose. There are also several quotes about music throughout that I kind of like. So this one is from Longfellow, and it says, "Music is the universal language of mankind." And here we have some sheet music ephemera, an advertisement for Chicago Musical College, and a little notes card. Another tag, and here we have a charm that has a couple of notes on it and then a treble clef. Some more music, just pattern paper. Here's a little pocket with a tag, a mini tag in it. A lot of sewing in this one as well. Here is another book inside of this big pocket, and this one has, again, writing papers. Oh, this one goes this way. Writing papers on this side. Inside the front cover is a pocket that's got music on it, and then saxophone service, announcement of saxophone service, and a little tag with music on it as well. And then in the mini envelope down here, there's another mini tag. And on the side of that, there is a little charm that has some music notes on it. And this cool swirly stitching up the side, a collage of some old music, and then here is another journaling card that features Edward Strauss on there. Here are some tabs up the side and kind of a duplexed library pocket here with sheet music and lace and collaging and just a couple of tags, journaling tags in there. Sheet music, another tab, some instruments, another quote. It says, "Music expresses that which cannot be put into words and that which cannot remain silent." All right, here is another one of those teaching, from the teaching book, talking about the different symbols, musical symbols. And here is another journaling card in the smaller pocket. This middle of the signature has two flip ups like this, so you can have journaling space underneath. But when they come down, there is, they're collaged. So this is some music fabric and a pocket sewn on here with a tag. And then here's another quote from Aaron Copland: "To stop the flow of music would be like the stopping of time itself, incredible and inconceivable." And then inside is an advertisement for a music box. And on the back side of that, there is this big tag that's just collaged, and it has a bunch of different types of music papers and stuff, and that's stuck on the top with a clip. Here's a tuck spot with featuring a cello or a violin, excuse me, and that is from Graphics Fairy. And then here is an advertisement for the unquestionably greatest saxophone. So I guess if you're gonna get one, get that brand. Here's some black score paper. Another vintage music sheet. This page has a couple little library pockets with mini tags made out of this pretty rose paper. And then down here we have an old scrolly grand piano, and inside of there this opens up like a little book. It is attached, but it opens up and you could write in those pages. And some washi down on the bottom. Here's another quote. This is from Einstein. It says, "If I were not a physicist, I would probably be a musician. I often think in music. I live in my daydreams in music. I see my life in terms of music." See, music is not just music, it's science and math. And here's a little piece of ephemera music tucked into there. And then here are 3 more pockets, and there are a couple of old library cards in those, and then there's an envelope here, and it has a little piece of music journaling card in there. On the back there's a little kind of corner pockets and just a piece of journaling paper in there with a stamped washi tape. This is just little collaging happening here with a doily and a violin advertisement. Punchy paper. There is a bookmark in the middle of this one. It's just very simple, but I had a few comments on liking the bookmark idea, so I just threw one in here. So there you go. Here is a collaged pocket with just a couple of tags in there. Oh, just kidding, I forgot this flips up too. It's a flip up. See, I told you, some of this I worked on a while ago and then I've come back to it. So I forgot how some of these pages work. So it flips up and there's some staff paper underneath there. Look, bonus writing space. The middle of this signature has sideways pockets. So here in this vintage music pocket is another piece of that teaching stuff. So this is talking about stems and beams, and it's backed so you can write on it. And then here are cute little frilly tags. They're just journaling tags or pieces of score paper you could journal on, and they have little paper ruffles on there. And then here there are a couple of tuck spots over here. This is a big journaling card. This is a smaller journaling card tucked inside of the smaller one. And then a little butterfly music collage down here, and a couple of different pockets happening. In this first one, there's a collage, and it's just a sewn together little pieces of paper to write on. And then in this bigger pocket behind here, there are some pages to write on as well. And that's just sewn, and there's some washi on there. And attached here is a pocket that is also backed with tea stain paper and a couple of music ephemera in there. Here is, oh, I got into the Tracy Fox tags that have a little mini tag on them. You'll see more of these in my next journals, but I love this. So this was the first one I ever made, and this one is a piece of old music and an advertisement for viola and a little gramophone advertisement there. Here with the Tim Holtz pin and another treble clef and a little note. In this pocket there's another tag, or quilted tag that I made, and another piece of music ephemera, and then there's just some collaging happening here and another little music notes charm down there. On the back of that signature there's a pocket, and pulling out of here is a journaling card that opens up. here we, oh, more wind. Here on the beginning of this one, you have 2 pockets that open up, and then there are some little tags that pull out. This one has a little music ephemera that pulls out of the little folder pockets. A long tuck spot here, and it has some ribbon on the front and another piece of music ephemera. And here is a half pocket with some more music tags in there. This is kind of a music Franken page happening right there. This is, my mom gave me these. They're old calligraphy practice sheets talking about the different degrees that you hold the calligraphy pen at. She can do calligraphy, I cannot. I do faux-ligraphy, totally different. Here's a little pocket and a tuck spot that has more music ephemera in it. The middle of this signature has several pockets in it. This one down here has another mini tag and journaling card. Here is another piece of that teaching book. This one talks about the repeat terms and signs. Again, it's backed with score paper. And then over here we have kind of a book that you can pull out and journal in. And that goes back in there. And then there's a couple pieces of music ephemera and more of that vintage music. Also a little charm, excuse me, up here. Some more Franken page. That's the other side of that. Here is, I don't even know what these are called. Someone's gonna know and they're gonna tell me, but there's a little, they're cool instruments. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Here is another pocket with some frilly lace and another little notepad that you can pull out that has some papers to journal on, and that tucks back in. Here's a tuck spot with a music ephemera in there. Here is a big pocket with an old phonograph, some music ephemera and a tag. Another pocket with a postcard of the guy holding his umbrella over his cello rather than himself, because they are not cheap. So that makes sense to me. Speaking of cellos, here's another tab that features one on that side and a piano on this side. And some more vintage music. A cool graphic, I think that's from Graphics Fairy as well. And a couple of note cards in here. Just a little paper ruffle and a couple of pieces of score paper you can write on this little half sheet. This is a big pocket, and it says, "Without music, life would be a mistake." Friedrich Nietzsche. I agree. And then on the other side of this, there is just some collaging, and inside the big pocket, there's an envelope, and inside the envelope would be a good place to hide things away or tuck things away, but I have put in here a couple of these papers, and it's just tea stains pattern paper, excuse me, with vintage sheet music on top. So it's like a set of little note cards of that vintage paper, and they go in the envelope, and the envelope goes back inside the big pocket. And of course it's zigzag stitched because Nikki loves the zigzag. Another half page, it says, "Music is a higher revelation than all wisdom and philosophy." That's of Beethoven. And hidden inside his quote is this book. Another little notebook. And almost there. A tuck spot, this really pretty flower tuck spot, and there's some music ephemera in there. Music. Hans Christian Andersen says, "When words fail, music speaks." This has been attributed to several people, this quote, but I believe he's the one who said it. And there's a couple of quotes or tags in there. And this is, "We are the music makers, we are the dreamers of dreams." "A painter paints pictures on canvas, but a musician paints their pictures on silence." I love that one. And then because it talks about painting, here's a painting of some angels with music instruments. And then on the very, very back page of the book, we're finally there, is my tag. And then this cool vintage old piano, and tucked in here is another piece of music ephemera. And the last of the little teaching tags that's talking about clefs and notes and rests. And then it closes up and it pushes in, boom, like all my bindings go, right? So that it lays flat and nice. So that's what it looks like on the side. That's this guy. So this will go in my Etsy store, maybe at the time that this video goes up or shortly thereafter. And I've got a couple more that I'm working on right now. Like I said, I have a custom journal I'm gonna film as well. And that should come up in the next day or two, maybe even today, who knows. That one's huge. And so anyway, thank you. Thank you for bearing with me in this little break that I took. Haven't posted anything for a little while, but I'm back. And it's about to be summer for all of us teachers. And so I will probably be having a lot more things over the summer because I will have all kinds of more time on my hands. Anyhow, thank you for watching. I will see you guys again soon. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you later. God bless.